Hi, welcome to Smosh Mouth. I'm Shayne.
And I'm Amanda Lehan-Canto. This is Ian.
Holy crap, you got to say your whole name?
Yeah, because you didn't. And I was like, I'm going to say all three of my names. And here's Ian.
Hey, I'm Ian Hecox.
Is your middle name E?
What?
I said Ian Hecox.
Oh, I thought you said Ian E.
What's your real middle
Cox.
name?
Actually, it's a
John.
secret. It's a secret that you'll never know.
I think
Caleb?
I've known at some point and I've forgotten.
Richard.
You'll never know unless you go on Google, and it'll tell you.
Oh, it's just everywhere.
I can't do that because we're filming. So.
My middle name is Andrew.
Oh.
But John was an interesting guess.
Gave that up so fast.
Sorry. John was a good guess because Ian is Gaelic for John, apparently.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow, look at that.
We were just talking about Gaelic.
We were?
I was.
Yeah, no.
Ian and I were.
Yeah, because
Aer Lingus.
somebody said, don't call it Gaelic, just call it Irish.
Yeah, and I was like, that's incorrect, ma'am.
I don't
but
know.
maybe it's not.
Irish fans, rise up.
Yeah, let us know.
Tell us.
If you go on the plane, if you go on Aer Lingus to go to Ireland, after they announce things to you in English, they announce things to you in what I thought was called Gaelic because that was the original language. And someone said, no, it's just called Irish.
Stupid.
All right. And here we go.
Dumb.
I hate
Wow.
you. You're acting like a 19-year-old right now.
Oh, you know what else is 19? Smosh.
What?
Smosh is 19 years old.
Smosh is 19.
Your first baby is 19.
Wow.
Do you like that?
Crazy.
Do you like
Do you
that?
like that? Yeah, they're out of the house now. I can finally shit with the door open.
Hopefully.
Great.
Well,
Okay.
you could have done
See,
that.
I'm never doing
Shayne doesn't do that
No?
ever.
No.
No.
Actually, I don't. All right. I do live by myself. I don't shit with the door open because I don't want the smell to escape the bathroom.
Whoa.
There's another good reason.
Yeah.
There's so many good reasons.
It's so freeing.
I just like to have the door closed to be like, I'm in my capsule.
Yeah.
And when I leave and nobody knows what
When you
happened in there.
Yeah.
When I in there, nobody knows what happens.
When I poop. When I poop.
When I walk out of the bathroom and Courtney goes, "What'd you do in there?" I go, "Nothing."
Yeah. I didn't take a shit.
I didn't take a in there.
You're like a radio
I don't
edit.
even know what that is.
Like a radio edit of like a rap song. I didn't take a shoot.
Another thing that you do when you're 19, make up fun raps.
We did do that when we were 19.
Don't.
Yeah.
You did do that. Really quick, before we get into talking about Smosh being 19, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We talked about it before it happened. We talked about the Love is Blind reunion before it happened.
Oh, did
And
you make predictions?
I said, I sort of made predictions. I was just venting about how I'm like, it's going to suck and it's going to be the most infuriating thing ever.
Yeah.
And it was. It was in surprising ways. They found ways to piss me off in ways I didn't expect.
This is true.
So I didn't watch it because so many people told me it was not worth my time.
It truly, I'm borderline. I hate that show enough to borderline be like, don't watch it. Like, don't support that show.
And you know what? Vanessa Lachey felt that in episode 1 when she wore that intense black leather and she almost didn't speak but had the eyes of vengeance. I don't know if you saw that. Maybe she's been listening to us because
I think it's possible.
Ian and I talked about this. She seemed really mad.
I think this time, and I don't want to talk about it too much because it was forever ago, but this time I was mad at both of them, Nick and Vanessa, just because they were both like wet noodles. It wasn't that they were like necessarily going after anyone. They just kind of let horrible shit happen. And when you let horrible shit happen, the worst people win because they're the ones who are going to be the most aggressive and make accusations.
I agree.
And they just kind of let it all fly. And the people who got the fingers pointed at were not the people that I needed to hear from.
Who got their fingers pointed at?
Nick was entirely the focus.
Nick.
He was entirely the focus.
Oh wait, Hannah's Nick?
Yeah. And
Take out the trash.
The whole basis, and now we're talking about it. The whole basis was Hannah was like, yeah, you had a journal entry where you said you wanted to be famous from Love is Blind. It's like, hold on.
read
we're
his
talking
journal.
about, you're talking about, and nobody said,
Her and her friends.
Well,
read
he
his
did.
journal.
He read her
posted-
to-do list.
She posted his journal entry on her like social media. I'm like, wait, nobody's talking about how this is an invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
And also Hannah quit her job and now is in LA with an agent like trying to be an actor. And I'm like, You literally did the thing that you're accusing him of, but nobody.
He journaled that.
He journaled that he wanted to be
famous?
one of the most famous. One of the most famous contestants on Love Is Blind.
But no, he had a list of like 3 goals, and he's clearly someone who's trying to write goals.
He's like pineapple lover, my mom's best friend.
I think it was a little bit of a manifesting thing.
Yeah,
kind of like
he said, sell 2 homes.
Yeah,
be in the best shape of my life for 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Come on, bro.
Clear off that game table that I have downstairs in my room with all the saints everywhere. Remember his room? I was like,
the pool table.
Ugh.
She's like, you said you had a pool table, and it's just like a pool table that's shoved into a closet. He's like,
funny.
well, yeah, I mean, like, I don't use it.
that was really
Anyways,
awkward.
it sucked ass.
It was
Okay.
not good.
It sucked ass. I hate that show.
There's a lot of issues with the show. I think, being Real Housewives of Salt Lake City girly.
Okay.
I think the way that they do reunions is so much better. It's 3 parts.
That's
They stretch their reunion out into 3 parts. But with that, they're actually able to go into each thing that happened and say, let's talk about it.
yeah.
And the host, Andy, actually like holds
He's
them
great.
to the fire.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Is and it's watching someone do it badly is when you realize how hard something is.
Yeah.
And being a reality show host is something that probably at some point I was like, oh, that can't be that hard. But now watching, I'm like, oh my God, you are juggling so much bullshit.
You really are.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The reunion was kind of a bummer. And they had like all this stupid filler. Like, I don't care about the alumni. Like sitting there, like the council of lovers.
Yeah,
like
of beings. Like, stop.
I hated it. Anyways.
But you watched the whole thing.
I watched, I end up watching the whole thing. I always am like, I'm not going to do this. Courtney will be like, well, I'm going to watch the first episode. And then I end up watching it.
Yeah.
Because it's the formula of how bad it is so good. Mm-hmm. But I end up every time being like, I hated this. I hate what the show, I feel like it's promoting.
I hate everybody.
I feel like I feel like it promotes gender war too.
And then they bring their friends and they're like, all right, I want y'all to meet Nick. And then all the friends are like, that's not what she's doing. She's saying this. And it's like, dude, of course your friends are going to like stick up for you. Like, I hate the meaning of the friends and the meaning of the mom. Remember that mother? Oh,
I'll cut your balls off.
She honestly at the reunion was the only one who kind of like was pointing anything. Like you wanted her to host it.
Right, yeah.
Because she actually was like pointing things out. Anyways, I'm done talking about Love Is Blind.
Yeah, I think half the people stopped listening.
yeah.
Nobody's listening.
They're like, I came here to talk about Smosh.
They're like, Smosh turned 19, so Love Is Blind.
Love Is Blind.
Cut
Back
half
to Love
that
Is Blind.
conversation. So Smosh is 19 years old.
Yeah.
Ian, did you think that it would last this long?
No. Why would I?
I mean,
I've officially done, I've lived more of my life doing Smosh than not doing Smosh.
That is crazy.
That's insane.
Because how old were you when you first started Smosh?
17.
17.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
So senior in high school.
Yeah, we were just out of high school.
And how serious? I mean, like when you first started, it wasn't like a plan. It was just kind of you're messing around.
Yeah.
And then
You told me that you were like bored and you were just making videos.
Bored.
You were bored.
Bored.
Wow.
This was suburbia. Didn't have a lot of like money to like do stuff. So it was just like, yeah, I don't know. This is silly.
What did you film things on?
Started with a webcam.
like an Android.
Like a shitty like webcam that was wired to the computer. So like
Yeah.
we had to shoot everything within like a radius of like 3 feet from the computer at the beginning.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Wait, that's amazing.
I pitched to you guys the idea of trying to recreate a sketch with all the same equipment from back then, which would be so much harder now because it's hard to just get that
How do you
equipment.
get a webcam?
Hey, getting the equipment now.
Yeah, like a Windows Movie Maker from 2005.
Yeah, you'd need all the same software, all the same hardware.
That would actually be really funny, though.
It would be really impressive, but a lot of that stuff's probably lost.
Lost
Technology. Nobody knows how they made it. It's kind of like the pyramids.
It was not that long ago, guys.
We don't know how Ian and Anthony made the Pokemon lip sync video. It's similar to Stonehenge.
It's
What?
like a VCR. Like, how does it work?
It's like
nobody really knows. It's kind
people
of
in their 30s, you guys keep thinking that we're just so old. We're not, right? You're all
ancient
in your 30s.
technology of Laserdisc.
I hate you.
Did you ever have Laserdisc?
No, but Spencer's been talking about collecting Laserdiscs.
I had a floppy disk.
Whoa, talk about old. Whoa.
In school. Shut up. In my class, sparkling business.
I was aware of floppy disks. We had floppy disks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if Chex Quest was on floppy or if it was on CD.
Chex
Quest?
Chex. What the? Quizmos?
Quizmos?
Chex Quest. I always got to shout out Chex Quest, which was, Chex, the cereal, right?
Of course.
Okay, do you know Doom, the video game?
No.
Really?
So
I think maybe. Yes.
Okay, so the original Doom was like this weird kind of like 3D shooters were like just starting to become a thing, and Doom was this very popular, hyper violent.
Okay, I think
game.
I know. I think I know.
You're like shooting these like kind of like zombie hell spawn people. You're on Mars. There's a lot of blood. So
sounds like something I wouldn't be allowed to play.
right, exactly, and I wouldn't be allowed to play it either. However, Chex created they made like a mod to Doom and made it like a kid's version of Doom, and you're playing this Chex guy and you're like shooting these like snot guys, and it was sick.
With guns?
With well, they weren't
cereal guns.
They were cereal. Yeah. So it was like the only way that I could play like a violent shooter game, and it was free. Came in a box of Chex.
That's insane.
That is so
Dude,
wrong.
Shout out Chex Quest.
I've never
That's so
played
wrong.
Doom, but it's such a fascinating game on a like kind of software level, on a programming level, because
Yeah.
people will program Doom into like weird shit.
It's the benchmark.
It'll be like, I think this is wrong, but someone programmed it into something weird, like a pregnancy test or something, like where you can like play Doom on.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's always the thing. Like,
wait,
can you run?
How do you play Doom on a pregnancy test?
Exactly.
It's such an old game that all of our technology now is so far from where it was then that there's enough memory on random ass things to play, like have it
It's always
run.
like, can I play Doom on it? That's like,
Well, why?
People do it as a challenge, right?
So you guys are sitting on the toilet after you pee,
I'm not
and
doing
then you're
this,
playing
Amanda, but
Chex
maybe I've
Quest
thought about it.
with the door closed.
have you ever seen
With the door, that's why I closed the door, so I can play Doom on my pregnancy quest. Pregnancy quest.
Pregnancy Quest? That's awesome.
Pregnancy quest.
anyone else on their pregnancy quest?
That's actually awesome. That's
I'm gonna
adventurous
ask-
females trying to get pregnant. That's
Yeah.
a pregnancy quest.
That's a way better way of asking somebody like if they're like planning on having a kid.
You're
You're
on the
like,
quest?
yo, how far are you on your pregnancy quest? You on any side
I
quests?
actually kind of love that because it makes us feel like badass
I could never
warriors.
fathom asking someone if they're trying
And
to.
you shouldn't.
I can't
Shayne.
believe, like some of those questions that parents ask that are like, I guess were normal at some point of like, are you trying for a kid? I'm like, the kind of creepy question is
They
that?
have no respect. They don't care.
Have you
They
seen?
Don't care.
Have you seen the Tim Allen Doom mod
No.
where they replaced? So this is
Tim Allen in the Santa Claus or Tim Allen in Home Improvement?
Home Improvement. So it's Home Improvement.
Oh.
I like how
Tim-
I know that it's Home Improvement.
And have you seen this?
I've seen this.
Okay, this is classic. So somebody modded Doom and they just replaced all the assets with Tim Allen and
You see, they're all coming at you. They're all doing the thing. And it's good stuff, right? Yeah.
Wait, that's so funny. I loved Home Improvement.
Well, then you're going to love
What was the
Doom
man
Tim
behind
Allen
the
mod.
fence? I hate that. Okay, I kind of hate that.
It's good
Damn,
stuff.
I missed out on such a
People do-
funny world.
I bet you your dad does programming and stuff.
My dad, he was a computer engineer.
Your dad knows all about this.
He used to read like Microsoft
Your
books.
dad probably has programmed Doom into weird shit.
I don't think he was never a video game guy.
I bet if you had a Tamagotchi as a kid, he would have programmed Doom.
I had a Tamagotchi as a kid,
Well,
and
your
that
dad-
Tamagotchi was fed. I never let that baby die ever. Whereas my sister, it died every day.
Hold
Can
on.
you run Doom on Tamagotchi?
I bet you could run Doom on a Tamagotchi.
This is so cool.
You kept your Tamagotchi alive
Of course I did.
for how
Who
long?
do you think I am?
Well, where is
a
it now?
monster? Oh, I threw it away when I was like a certain age.
You threw it away?
Yeah, after I played what's that?
That's somehow worse than letting it die. You abandoned it.
What are those bones called? Funny bones?
Silly bones?
Is it silly bones? I feel like I was asleep in a pod, like in the
I-
movie Alien, going through a part of space and missed out on so
I
much.
need to show you. There is a YouTube video. It's one of my favorites called myhouse.wad, right? It's a really creepy where someone did nobody knows who this person is who made this program, but someone programmed Doom, and it like seems like it's normal, and then you make this one move, and then all of a sudden it like replays, but it's a little different, and then people who know this know like, oh, this is one of the creepiest, coolest things.
Where are
We should.
I'll show you. I'll send you this video, and you'll watch it, and you'll be fascinated.
We
by
should make Amanda play PT.
Oh my god.
What's PT?
PT
Physical therapy?
PT is one of the best games ever made.
It was a trailer.
Paul Thomas.
It was a trailer for.
It stood for playable trailer.
Yeah.
But it was like a horror.
It's very
game,
similar to Resident Evil.
but it never got finished. But this trailer was made, and it was like one of the best like little tiny horror games. It kind of like changed the horror game like realm.
Big deal.
It's a huge deal. Scary.
Whoa.
So Smosh was made in 2005.
Yeah. So Smosh was made in 2005.
2005, you were 17.
I was 17.
How old were you?
I was 17.
Wow.
Right?
I
just did this math.
2005. I was 14.
Okay.
No, great. Good for you. I was 17. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
2005. I feel like is not that memorable of a year, right? It's just kind of what was going on.
Yeah. 17.
Yeah, 'cause the-
high school, senior in high school.
High School Musical hadn't come out yet.
Oh, yeah. Who cares about that?
Napoleon Dynamite was already out.
It was already been out for a couple
Love
of
Napoleon
years.
Dynamite. Tina.
No, I don't think anything happened in 2005.
Which is why I think Smosh like really hit, you know?
like nothing
else was
nothing
happening.
fun, nothing awesome happened in 2005 that
Fact checkers?
Not really.
iPod Nano.
iPod,
Okay.
iPod Nano was my shit.
Okay.
Because I was running with a Discman forever. And when you're running with a Discman and you have a CD in there, to run with it means it skips your
Yeah.
whole run.
Well, that's what you have memory for. Like the CD players would have like memory, but it'd be like 10 seconds of memory. So you have to like,
Yeah, it sucked. I basically ran
Dude,
like
it
this
was
with
ass.
my
Oh,
Discman.
God.
It was such
And then when I got
ass.
the Nano, I was like, this is sick.
I had the OG iPod for a long time.
Oh, Pope John Paul died in 2005.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got him.
Jesus Christ. Are we going to have to cut like 90% of this episode? I think we might.
So when you were 17, what were you up to?
I was a senior in high school, and I think what was I doing? I was definitely in a play. Can't remember which play. What?
Ian's just on his phone, just looking around at stuff.
I guess it wasn't important.
I was looking
Pope
at
dying.
I was looking at births and deaths. I don't know if this is a death from 2005 or as a birth, but it was a Canadian senator representing Newfoundland and Labrador, and his name is C. William Doody.
You
Look
are
at it. Look
not
at
even that
look how-
crazy.
But look how it's spelled.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Dude.
that Smosh turned 19 and we're acting like little freaking teenagers.
Dude, imagine having your last name is.
I can tell you what I was. I can tell you what I was doing in 2005.
Tell me.
This is more so 2006, but it began in 2005. World of Warcraft.
Oh,
Which-
wait.
yeah.
I remember you talking
There
about
is
this.
a documentary you should watch called The Secret Life of Ibelin.
Oh,
and you are going to
baby.
sob.
Add it to the list.
You're
Bro.
going to sob.
Wait, why?
So
It's-
I don't even.
Kid who fell into World of Warcraft because he played so
It's
much?
actually no. It's actually beautiful. It's actually a beautiful story. I don't want to go into it too much, but it's an incredible dude.
Okay, don't go into
who
it.
played World of Warcraft
and changed
and it's
lives.
and it's changed
Whoa,
lives.
okay.
Gorgeous story. But I was so into it, man. I played.
Were you
I
in
played
high
too
school?
much. So I was beginning high school, but I was homeschooled because I was now.
Oh, yeah,
starting
yeah, yeah.
Acting, and that year actually 2005 sucked because I was just riddled with anxiety and stress. Because I was so stressed by the idea of not going to high school, and it had been a thing that I'd like kind of believed in the fantasy of it my whole life. You know, when you're a kid and you see all these movies and stuff about high school, it's like, whoa,
course.
high school's gonna be crazy. And my brothers were in college by this point, or even past college by this point, and talked it up so much. And we're like, oh, high school's awesome, college is awesome. And so I was like,
High school's fine.
I was not gonna go do it. So I was going to be homeschooled because I was pursuing acting, which I was also very excited about. But I was like, what if acting doesn't work out? And then I give up high school and then I also don't get the acting dream, and then I just have neither.
That is so much pressure for a freaking 17-year-old.
For 14-year-old. I was 14.
That's crazy.
It
Oh yeah, you were 14.
It sucked. But I played a lot of World of Warcraft.
And that helped soothe your anxieties.
Yeah.
You know what else happened in 2005?
What?
YouTube.
Well, yeah, you guys were right there at the start.
Yeah.
You literally.
So YouTube came out. You guys were making videos before YouTube came out or when YouTube came out? Because you were making videos.
That's a great question. I guess YouTube had already come out when we started making videos. We didn't know about YouTube yet.
So you're just making them
we
for
were just
fun.
making them. Anthony was hosting them on his website, and then we were uploading them onto MySpace.
Oh yes, I knew that. And then when did you get the idea to start putting them on YouTube? Wait, when your MySpace started blowing up, right? Were you in school? Stop looking at your phone.
I'm looking at other events.
I'm gonna kill him.
English whiskey is reestablished in England.
The fact that you had to look this far for events in 2005, and that's
Ian?
the best.
No, this is like literally, this is the most boring f***ing year.
No, wait. Ashley Simpson got caught lip syncing.
SNL.
Dude, that
If
was
that-
the best.
Can you imagine if that happened today?
Nobody would care.
It would be. Actually, you know what? It would just be another day.
You know what she would do? She wouldn't go. She would be like, I need to take a mental day to not go. And we'd all be like, get it, girl.
Yeah.
It was so
you're actually
crazy that
right.
she was forced to do it. And I get it. It's SNL. But like still.
Yeah, because it came out like she lost her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I asked you a question, Mr. Ian,
Oh,
sir.
Katrina. Hurricane Katrina happened.
That's why I said nothing awesome happened that year.
You're right.
It was a bad year. Nothing exciting.
Andrew Stimson, a 25-year-old Scottish man, is reported as the first person proven to have been cured of HIV.
Oh, that's
That is great.
That's cool.
Okay, now put your phone down.
I'll put it down now.
That's what
Oh, Microsoft releases Xbox 360.
Okay, Xbox 360.
this is what you were like as a kid. I literally see it.
Is Xbox 360 that old?
No,
Holy shit.
no, don't ask him questions because then he just opened his phone up.
Oh.
Yeah,
Shayne?
Xbox 360.
It's like I'm in the Indiana Jones ride. It's like, look into my eyes. Pull out your phone.
Anyways,
I had to find at least one thing that was interesting about 2005.
I don't even remember my question.
Do you think if you guys went to high school together, you would have been friends? Because you were in the same, like...
Him and I be friends in high school? Are you kidding?
Ew. She's a girl.
I mean, hello.
Holy shit. We just got a glimpse of you at 17. Oh, gross.
No, guys, come on. No, anyways.
Guys,
I
stop.
don't know. Maybe.
Absolutely not.
Here's the thing, like, here's the thing. I don't know.
Did you have any friends who had a bowl cut?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh, well, then I feel like that seals it.
No. I mean, I was kind of wild when I was 17. I was literally wild. I wasn't like part of like the
You don't
popular
think
cheerleader
I
group.
was wild?
You were?
No.
You and Anthony were doing like filming yourselves on webcam being bored. I was.
I like how there's physical proof that Ian was not
true.
crazy
It's true.
by making sketches.
It's true.
Listen. I'm not
You're
trying
right.
to
I
say.
really f***ed up. I shouldn't have started this
I'm not-
channel with my friend that employs all you motherfuckers. You're right. You know what? My childhood was a disaster, okay?
Listen, Ian, maybe we would be friends. I don't know, okay? I
don't
had a
think so.
life. I was working. Here's the thing. I was in a job and I had like a bunch of sports and I was in a play. Like I was so effing busy. I mean, I still had a lot of friends, but like, you know what? I'm not going down this road anymore. Ian,
No, let's
we
go
would have
down that
definitely,
road.
I don't know. I actually can't say that I know.
I'm not sure if we...
Sorry,
you
sorry,
party?
sorry. Ian and I weren't
not
living
really.
your
I
kind of
wasn't-
life. We were both starting our careers.
Yeah.
Okay, we were
we were
building
focused on the grind
enterprise.
set.
No, you
okay?
guys-
I was about to be on iCarly in 2 years.
No.
and he was.
Yeah, what do you do? Drinking and boofing?
Boofing. I can't say that anymore because I was underage. Here's the deal. What's boofing?
We don't need to get
Actually,
into
I don't
it.
want to know. Here's the deal. I was from the East Coast. The East Coast doesn't
Shayne.
look at your careers as like possibilities.
Do you think do you think people looked at what I was doing as a possibility?
But they still let you do it. I didn't have time
Who's
to
they?
just like your parents.
Oh.
I didn't have to like my mom was like, you need to like work and get a job and make money and buy a car. Then you need to go to college and then you need to get a job. So it was like I didn't really have that like freedom. I don't know. So maybe we would have been friends.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna go down this road anymore.
I don't think I don't.
Did you like theater? Were you in plays?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think we would have been in the same group.
No, definitely not.
No, that's usually
Like
why
I
it's
was
like
hanging out with like we were all like it was like kind of like indie kids.
okay,
Yeah, like some
indie.
kind of like emo indie kids.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
hung out with some emo kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the theater.
You were
overlap,
never
I guess.
emo though.
No.
I wasn't emo.
I was not emo. I dressed like I was going to Spain on a trip. Like, I don't know why. Every time I look back on pictures, I'm wearing like these long skirts or like these low-rise jeans and like some Hollister shirts and then like random like scarves. I'm like, who dressed me? But it was all hand-me-downs.
It was that era though.
It was that era.
The scarf.
The scarf era.
yeah, I forgot about the scarf.
Straight hair.
Oh, yeah.
I had thin eyebrows.
Yeah.
Full on.
Did you see clips of that movie where it's that Netflix movie where she goes back to 2003 and she's like looking around, but people have been talking about how it's like, it's just not quite there, but someone pointed out it's like none of their eyebrows are thin.
None of their eyebrows
And it's
are
just
thin
like,
enough.
you missed that.
Yeah.
And that is so crucial.
Yep.
The thin eyebrows were huge. I even looked back on my senior picture and I was like, oh, woman, what did you do?
You know what's kind of a funny thing that I'm thinking about is that I didn't have sisters. And so growing up back then, I think I maybe thought that's what everybody's eyebrows looked like naturally.
Oh, no.
I just was like, that's just what eyebrows look like. Because I didn't have like any...
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm trying to think back on what I probably thought back then.
Trust me, mine was one big, large eyebrow that was like super thick. And my sister was like, yikes, you got to get rid of that. And I remember feeling so insecure. So we went on a trip and I shaved down the center of my eyebrow and then I slipped and shaved the second half of my eyebrow
Like a Charlie Puth.
off. This part was off and
Like half of your eyebrow was
yes.
missing.
So I only had this much of my eyebrow there.
How do you up that bad?
Oh,
This half was Lex Luthor.
because when you're an insecure girl and your sisters are like, what are you literally doing, you idiot? So I was like, I did it super fast. I was so upset. And I remember coming out and my sisters were like, oh my God, you look hideous.
How long
Do
did
you
that
have
take to
photos?
grow back?
Forever. Because my mom was like, girls, leave her alone.
Are there photos of you with this?
I don't remember. I have to look.
probably deleted
Here's the
all of
thing.
them.
I f***ed up a lot on my appearance, but that's for another story. My mom was like, I will take care of it. Don't worry about it. And she put black eyeliner in the spot.
Yeah.
So I had a full half eyebrow, black eyeliner, but I kept smearing it. So it was like, yet. And
How old were you when this happened?
I don't remember. Old enough.
7.
Old enough for me to be mortified.
Oh, yeah.
You thought your life was over.
Oh, my life was over. And then I cut my bangs too short, and they were like, like my life was fucked. I once like curled my hair up in a brush, and it wasn't a curling brush, so it got stuck.
Oh no!
I had
When mothers would walk past, they'd blind their children. They'd be like, don't look at her.
it got stuck, and I was trying to curl it. How do you curl it without heat? So I tried to take it out, and my mom had to cut it out. So I had bangs that were literally here, like half an inch for a long time. A long time.
sound like a mess.
You can't bobby pin those.
I don't think Ian would have been friends with you.
That's the thing. I wasn't even trying to be an asshole. I wasn't even trying to be an asshole. Like, I was wild.
You sound like a mess.
I was wild, man.
Did you have boyfriends
Yes.
in high school?
Yes.
You say that like there was a waiting list.
No, I mean, well, I don't know. That's for I was boy crazy. Yes, I had a boyfriend in high school. I had a long boyfriend throughout junior to high school, and then I had and then I had another. I had a boyfriend who was a
You usually
skateboarder.
call them tall. You don't call them long.
No, I didn't mean long. I meant a long time we were together. None of them were really that tall.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, there was a skateboarder who had a skateboard tattooed on the side of his body, and it was broken.
That's so cool.
And
Oh my God.
And you were like,
literally, I was like, I love you.
wow.
I was like, I love you. Yep. I don't know. I was just figuring it out.
The things that
cool.
appeal to us when
Yeah.
we're
Did you
teenagers.
have a girlfriend in
Yeah.
high school?
No.
You keep
No.
proving my point that we wouldn't hang out. Anyway,
I did not either.
But I was also boy crazy.
you were boy crazy? Anthony
Yeah.
crazy? You were home. You didn't have the opportunity.
I mean, I was out. I kind of had a like pseudo high school experience of just like actor kids. You know, it kind of replicated. I've talked about this before where it was similar to high school, except the cool kids were like on TV shows. So it's kind of like they had a
Oh.
basis for being cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was
yeah.
the entire Zoe 101 cast. They ran in the same circles as all of us. And it was like, well, they're f***ing cool because they're on Zoe 101.
That's too hard. Mine are just like skateboarders and dirt bikers who are just wearing jean shorts past their knees. And I'm like, I'm into you. You have like really hot people on camera.
That's true.
That's just crazy. And you have, you know,
And you're there
you have Anthony
in Sacramento.
and your cool ass mom who calls you a
Yeah.
dumbass.
Yeah.
Ian's mom.
Ian's
Yeah.
mom.
No, I wouldn't have had
When
a
was your-
girlfriend. I
when
wouldn't have
was
had a
your first-
girlfriend if I went to high school. I know that.
Okay, but you got a girlfriend.
I didn't have a girlfriend until I was in my 20s.
Yeah, wow.
It took me forever, man.
Wait, when was your first kiss?
Whoa.
I was 14.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that was like it was like truth or it was a truth or
Whoa.
dare situation.
Oh,
But then I did have my first kiss when I still had it when I was 14 or 15.
got it. Wow,
Nice.
But then everything else 20s.
gotcha.
Did you say lucky? When was your first kiss?
I was like 17.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think nowadays that's like far more
Well, nowadays,
normal
like
or ahead.
young people just aren't doing anything.
No.
hard. I feel
Not
like
really.
the internet has just made social connections.
It makes
much
me so
harder.
sad.
Bad.
Because back when I honestly, you know what it is like back then, 2005, people were just bored more often. And when everything's a little more boring,
Yeah.
connection just kind of happens because you're bored and it's like, oh,
That's Smosh started. That's what you said.
I mean, truly, I think
bored.
the lack of boredom is what everyone's just so, I don't know, I think it messes things up.
You got to be bored and horny.
Yeah.
and you and Anthony started your. what
And
was your
that's
first
why
video?
and that's
And
why
we channeled that bored and horny into Mortal Kombat theme song music video,
yeah.
where you can
Food
see
battle.
my bare ass in the background.
People often say Food Battle is the most bored and horny series of all time.
Yeah.
This is why I shut the door when I'm in the bathroom.
Okay.
To what?
So that I'm in there by myself long enough to get bored and horny.
Wow. That's a long time.
Like I
days.
urge
Taking your
everybody. Like, when do people usually listen to this?
What?
What days does this come out?
I don't know if people
Monday.
do listen to this.
On Mondays. Okay. All right. So here's a little homework for you guys that are over the age of 18. Just like lock yourself in a room and just get bored and horny.
Trust me, I think people are
Like,
doing that.
Just
I don't think people are bored.
Oh, you're right. They're not bored.
I
They're
think it's-
overstimulated.
yeah, they need to
The horny part is not. I don't think it's necessary
No.
in this. I think we're talking about just getting bored. is
Take the
good.
distractions out of your life. Let the boredom come. The horny will follow.
Jesus. So true.
I'm starting
Love
a
it.
cult.
Wow. What is it
Yeah.
called?
I don't know, but that's going to be the tenet.
Bored and Horny by Ian. This is
B&H.
probably our best episode.
I'll call it B&H.
B&H
I don't
sounds
think that's
weird and
taken.
wrong.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Smosh is.
This is our
19.
best episode, guys.
You think so? Wow.
Sure, of
Thanks.
course.
This reminds me of the Spencer episode
Yeah.
where
Gas leak energy.
everything we're saying, I'm like, can we keep this in? I don't know, but we're going to. And we'll see. What do you think Smosh would be like as a person? So it'd be a 19-year-old.
Oh, a 19-year-old in 2005.
I don't think it'd be a 19-year-old now.
Oh.
What do you think Smosh would be?
Oh, yeah.
like?
They just turned 19.
I think Smosh would be. I'm getting like. I was saying going to be like a kind of emo skater vibe from it, but no.
No.
No. More theater.
Yeah.
More theater, but like
but it would be.
cool.
It'd have to be all the eras kind of combined. So like a theater skater kid
A theater
I like where
skater
you're-
kid.
who's into
Okay.
cinema,
Oh, he's
Keep cooking.
super into cinema.
super into cinema.
He has a lot of books. He reads a lot. He's not afraid to get a little bit vulnerable, just a little bit.
You think he's a boy?
I kind of do. I kind of think.
I could see that.
But maybe as a best friend who's a girl.
Oh.
And she does like parkour and she has like big headphones and she's got tattoos everywhere and her hair's like a little bit pink.
Is it platonic or is there?
Well, we don't know yet. We have to get to the end of the chapter.
Smosh doesn't.
Smosh is ace? Wait,
Whoa!
are we calling it? Is Smosh ace?
No, I don't think Smosh is ace. I think Smosh is chosen.
No, I disagree. I think Smosh is getting into its era where it's
Smosh
like
is incel?
You think Smosh Okay, the chosen is not incel. The chosen is cell.
Okay. But you just that's fair.
Chosen
yeah.
is actually the opposite of an incel. I've talked about that before.
Okay.
Or at least internalized.
He chooses the path.
He chooses it. An
Yeah.
incel says it's involuntary.
Yeah.
Chosen is like
he
this.
chooses
I
the path to
choose
never
this.
touch another person like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
He's
for
too
war.
focused. He has
Unless
priorities.
For war. Oh, for war? If
You still
that's
still
what
need to
he just
see
said.
you still need to see God, what's the name of that? It's a Forrest Whitaker movie. Has a really dumb
Panic
name.
Room?
Last King
No.
of Scotland. I've seen it.
No. I'm gonna pull it out.
No.
Sorry. It's the most
Rogue One.
it's
I've
the
seen
most
it.
no, it's like literally the most chosen movie.
You know what? I
And
think
it
this is
stars-
what Smosh at 19 is.
To be honest, it's a combination of Ian and Anthony. Is
It's
what
just
Smosh
Ian.
Is.
It's going like, oh my God, have you seen this thing? Let me show you real
And he's
quick.
covered in tattoos.
And he's covered in tattoos.
I'm gonna find
Every time I see Anthony, he has more tattoos.
Yeah, he does. He had another new tattoo.
It's incredible.
When are you gonna get a
That'd be
tattoo?
so painful. Do you not have a single tattoo?
I don't have any tattoos.
That's so funny.
Whoa.
yeah.
I don't either, so I don't know why I'm like.
Well,
what the fuck?
You have tattoos.
yeah.
Yeah.
All on the bottom of my feet. They just say, "What's up, girl?"
It just says Andy on your foot.
Andy. I'm like, I love Woody. I love Toy Story so much. No, I
Okay.
don't have any tattoos.
So this is the most chosen movie.
Okay.
It's called Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai.
Oh wait.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
this.
It's the most chosen movie. It's Forrest Whitaker, and he is the chosen. I'm not kidding you. He lives by a samurai code, and he's a hitman.
Okay.
Okay, I love that
don't
though.
know if The Chosen
I
would
don't
be a
think the
hitman.
chosen. Yeah.
Chosen wouldn't be a
I feel like the
hitman.
chosen like is in his room and his mom's
killing
like.
someone for money is just not.
But you know, maybe he like has like a turn of like.
I think he does have a code.
conscience.
He has a code.
Yeah,
Like,
he has a
follows-
code.
He follows a code
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, but his mom's like, "Honey, I made a sandwich for you." He's like, "Mom, hold on 1 second."
You don't need to make me anything. We have Uncrustables.
You don't understand.
This episode of Smosh Mouth is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Look, Amanda, I love a great deal. You know this about me.
I do.
But I'm not going to drag myself through a bed of hot coals for a great deal.
I
all right?
hope
It
not.
needs to be easy. The great deal needs to come to me. So when Mint Mobile offers a $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, I'm like, okay, if you're just presenting that to me, I'll take it. You
Yeah.
know? And they mean it. It's that cheap. It's that great of a deal. Unlimited talk, text, and data. All for that. That's the best plan out there.
No, it's literally amazing. Even our production phone has Mint Mobile, which is huge.
Mm-hmm.
To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/smoshmouth. That's mintmobile.com/smoshmouth. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/smoshmouth. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabyte on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. This episode is brought to you by Aura Frames. Shayne, have you thought about buying gifts yet for the holiday season?
Starting right now, I have, and I really love to give tech gifts, but I have a lot of family members who are not good with technology.
Yeah, I feel like most family members are not good with technology.
It's true, but Aura frames are fantastic because they require no memory cards, no USBs. They're very easy to use. They have unlimited storage. You can upload photos onto it from your phone, and it's awesome because you can preload it with photos. So when you give it to someone, it's already got a bunch of memories locked into it that it's cycling through, and you can change that up at any time. It's such a great gift. I mean, people love it. I've given it to people before. I have one. They're awesome.
They are really amazing. And they also couple the same photos together, the same people together. So they kind of organize it for you.
Yeah.
And Wirecutter named it #1 digital photo frame.
Well earned.
Yeah.
It's great.
Huge.
It's really cool, and the frame looks gorgeous too. It's really, really pretty. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code SMOSH at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code SMOSH. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply. Back to the show.
Let's go.
Okay, so we were talking about earlier. What were you like at 19? What were you doing at 19?
Was I doing at 19?
Yeah, because that was a couple more years later.
Yeah.
So Smosh was up off the ground.
For 2 years.
Smosh was starting to
Because
pop-
Smosh at
pop the
19 has
F off.
accomplished a lot. Let's be real. Smosh at 19
For sure. Yeah.
done far more than most 19-year-olds.
Yep.
Yeah. Except for like Greta Thunberg, I would say. She's
Yeah.
probably done,
Oh, yeah.
she's probably done
Smosh has
more.
not caused
Took
that
like a
much
ship
change.
to America. It's fine.
What?
She didn't want to fly.
Oh, right.
She took like a ship.
I'm like, hey, good
A
for
sailboat.
you. I guess. She did not sail. She sailed?
I think she did.
She said, I need to be in America. I'm going to get on a
She
sailboat.
didn't want to waste any.
I mean,
Yes.
I think ships. I don't think she went to the U.S. in a boat. I think she.
Doesn't matter.
Either way.
Either way.
Okay, so
no one
Smosh-
is her.
Smosh is impressive, not as impressive as Greta. But
Right.
Smosh made an impact.
Yeah. So you were 19.
Okay.
So 19, are you guys fully doing Smosh, or you still have side jobs?
2007.
That was 2007. That was like just as the YouTube partnership program was like I think around the time that we had been invited into the YouTube partnership program as one of the first 10 channels to earn money
Crazy.
on uploading videos.
What were the other channels that were earning money? Do you remember? A few of them.
I remember a few of them, like Lisa Nova, I think she was in there. There's this guy, Renetto. He was this like bald guy who was out of his mind. I don't know if Philip DeFranco was also in that first 10. I don't think he was. He was called Sexy Phil back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lisa Nova is such a callback.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people know about her nowadays.
don't.
I watched her content.
Yeah, I mean, she did Lisa Nova did like sketch comedy and was one of the founders of Maker Studios.
Whoa.
So she exited with a few milli in her pocket, I think, when Disney
crazy.
bought it. But yeah, she was also on Mad TV for like one season.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. She was like the first person to go from like internet to like mainstream.
It's crazy.
That's really hard to do.
What were you doing at 19?
19 was my sophomore year in college.
Okay.
Were you still wearing long dresses and
No.
had weird bangs?
I was pretty cool.
Okay.
I actually did have bangs when I was 19, only because I looked last night. I was like, what did I
Only because pushing daisies
What was
was
I
on the
looking
air.
like when I was 19? I had a very serious boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh.
I was in a play. I was also wild. I was like really figuring out what I wanted to do. I was living in a different part of campus. Yeah, I was just like figuring out my life.
Did you have a girlfriend at 19?
Probably.
Damn.
Because, yeah. Yeah.
Me married, like, God, that's so
Let
cool,
me tell you,
guys.
Shayne, it is wild. When you're 19 and you have a boyfriend, your emotions are everything is life
Yeah.
and death. When we broke up, I was on the floor every night sobbing like
Oh my God.
I was so dramatic.
Nobody's ever done that to me.
Really? Whoa.
No, not on the floor.
Oh. Well, that's happened to me
See,
quite a bit. I
nine-
think I opened up my heart.
19, I'd
You
still
shouldn't do that. You should
never.
never do that.
No, I disagree with you.
19, I'd still never been in a relationship of any kind. Like, truly just doing my thing.
Honestly, like, and this is just coming from my point of view, so I'm probably wrong. And I'm probably this is probably just cope, but I think like all the relationships like before like your 20s are just not worth
The
it.
best.
What?
They're the best.
We have opposite.
They are literally. I was like
they are
a
of
wild romantic.
They are of no consequence.
No, they are literally the best. There's nothing better than being like, Mom, I'm going to my friend Brittany's house, and then you're on the back of a dirt bike going through a quarry, almost about to flip over, and you're like, I don't know who I am right now.
Okay. I could see
That
it being,
sounds so. That's cool. I didn't experience that.
It's a great
at all,
conduit.
So I never had that.
Well,
I suppose it's like a great conduit for like fun experiences, but I don't think
fun?
Yeah.
More than fun.
Oh, okay.
Wild, life changing.
But like, I don't think you're having any. I don't think not a lot of healthy relationships are coming out of a.
I don't think.
Ergo, the crying on the bathroom floor.
Well, that was just
speaking
you know,
most relationships that age, but like I think a lot of people learn from those.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have
heartbreaks.
I was completely on my own until I was in my 20s. Which I look back and I'm not mad about it. I'm like, okay, I don't regret not being in relationships for all my teenage years and stuff. I regret beating myself up about it and being so obsessed over it back then. If I went and relived it, I don't even know if I'd go and be like, oh, I'm going to try to be in relationships. I think I would just be like, oh, I'm just going to enjoy this time more.
Exactly.
And enjoy my hobbies and enjoy hanging out with my friends and doing that.
I don't think it matters if you did that or not. That was just like my experience. Right. I remember I had two older sisters who went through school, and I was always their younger sister.
Oh, for sure.
So like
everyone has a different experience.
That was just me. I was just like I was just wild. Like I loved like meeting people and talking to people, and even when I was a kid at like camp, like I always wanted to like talk to the frickin' people like running it or like have a crush on a guy. Like my mom was on a baseball team for all older women, and a younger kid of one of the moms, him and I would just like hang out in the playground forever. And my mom was like, what are you doing? And I was like, we're probably going to get married. I don't know. Something's going to happen. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're going to get married for sure.
But I didn't even care about marriage. I just like loved like romance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved it. And all of my friends around me did as well. So it never felt like weird. And all my sisters did.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you ever think you were going to get that Mystic Pizza moment, you know?
Oh my God, I love Mystic Pizza. My aunt lives in Mystic, Connecticut.
Did you
Where
ever
Mystic
think...
Pizza is? Which part?
What's the Mystic Pizza moment?
I actually don't really remember anything about Mystic Pizza.
It's about a bunch of sisters.
Happen? No, I know that part.
No.
A bunch of sisters.
Julia Roberts like falls in love with this rich guy, and then the other sister nannies and then falls in love with the dad who's married. So honestly, neither.
Okay, I forgot that was the plot of Mystic Pizza. I just knew it was like Julia Roberts has a bunch of sisters, and they're in the East Coast.
Yeah, they're at Mystic Pizza, which is a real place in Mystic, Connecticut.
Okay,
apparently it's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool. They're all Portuguese. Anyways, super cool stuff. Actually, I think when you live in a house with 4 girls, though, too, it's kind of crazy.
And they're all older, so you're seeing them get boyfriends?
No, there's 2 older and 1 younger.
Got it. But the older ones, you would see them get boyfriends, and you were like, I want one of those.
No. I'm more just, I remember writing in my journal when they were like sleeping over a friend's house or whatever, I remember being like, I wish they were here so I could hang out with them.
Aww.
I don't know. I was just like, I was an emotional little wild.
Well, everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Not me.
Yeah, were you like hard as a rock? Like
hard as a rock. Stone. Can't get through me. Don't laugh at hard as a rock. Get your head up, pull your head out of the gutter.
This is such a up episode.
I mean, I was a teenager, so that was also possible.
Okay. It
just happens.
You always go there.
It just happens. You're in computer lab one day.
Nope.
You're playing 3D pinball.
Nope.
And
no.
You just get excited because you just hit some new high score.
Whoa, yeah. Another reason why I don't think we would have been friends.
I remember my friend. We had a teen center. And
I've heard about teen centers. It sounds insane.
I know.
Teen center.
They exist out there. I don't know if they exist anymore.
What is it?
When you're a teenager, it's a place you can go.
Yeah, it was a place you can go if you were a teen.
What are you doing?
Well,
what are you getting giggly about?
I mean, I was just on the subject, and we met these girls at the teen center, and my friend, got a little excited, and he had to like hide it behind the pool table. And he had to just awkwardly just stand against the pool table like this while he was talking to them.
Jesus Christ.
It's unfortunately such a funny and real factor of like.
That does suck for you
No,
guys.
I remember in middle school. For me, it was just like anytime I just you sit down and it's just like come the on. Like, I'd be in like you'd be like in social studies class. You'd be like, all right, and you'd sit down and just like go on. And then they'd be like, hey, can you stand up and come and present? I'm like, I can't.
No.
I can't.
I got a Charlie horse.
We're talking about geography right now. I'm like, and I love states so much.
Wow, I thought I had it hard and weird. You wait.
You didn't. We did.
I think we need to outlaw the word hard.
I don't know why I keep saying it in the wrong spot because I'm not meaning it like that. I thought you guys had it difficult. I thought I had it difficult. You guys had a difficult time.
Every teenager has it difficult. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
Being a teenager sucks ass.
Yeah, it sucks.
Even if everything is going right in your life, it just your brain just hates you.
Well, you just feel so dramatic. And I think when you're 19, I think what's hard about that is like either you're in college or you're not in college, but you definitely have pressures from the outside world or your parents or anybody being like, what are you doing? What are you going to do? I remember at 19 feeling like, always that like anxiety of like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being 19 now?
No, I
would.
feel like
I'd
really
hate it.
hard.
I'd hate it. I think 19-year-olds now. I'm like, I can't. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Because we didn't have
I'm so
iPhones.
glad. I'm so glad I had far less shit. Like,
Yeah.
to have the internet as we have it now.
I'd probably be
19
much better at TikTok
Oh well, sure.
Well, definitely.
because I just can't handle it, man.
But the problem, you know what? They've pointed this out. Like 19-year-olds are like almost people at a much younger age have like things figured out in a lot better ways. Like, fashion and makeup and stuff. Like people figure it out a lot sooner because there's tutorials online.
Yeah.
People don't really go through the blunder years like we used to.
Yeah.
But I kind of think that's good when you have it because everyone's like ridiculous. And now it's like, oh no, you're a teenager. You have to be already have it all figured out.
It's hard. I think it's more pressure. It's more pressure, especially in like the vanity sense. Like it's more pressure to look a
sure.
specific
And no
way.
wonder super young people are more lonely than ever because, oh my God, the pressures are just crazy. Like
Yep.
when everybody's a little ridiculous, it's a little easier to like kind
Yeah.
of come together and just hang
Yeah, like
out. And,
you could easily be just like a weird girl who's wild and doing theater, and people are like, "Yeah, whatever, that's just Amanda." Like it's not like, "Oh my
There's no
God, did you
barometer.
see her outfit?" Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. No, I definitely think that they have it way harder. There's so much stress and pressure, and also when you're on your phone that much too. I'm not saying that all 19-year-olds are on their phone right now, but like,
I think about it, I'm like, holy shit, like just teenagers. It's past like decade has been just a Looney Tunes, and
Sure.
and I'm like to be a teenager through that.
yeah.
That's your barometer for reality.
Yeah.
I'm like, at least when I was a teenager, things were kind of, as we said, kind of boring
very boring.
compared to now.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kinda
They were a lot
nice.
more chill.
There was like nothing going on until like 2008.
Yeah, I don't think anything happened ever. Just kidding.
Or if it did, we didn't really know about it.
It's just like, and without the internet, you just truly, you didn't hear about things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like Numa Numa guy was a meme for like a whole year.
Yeah. Years.
Nowadays, he wouldn't even go viral nowadays because that's like
way.
one of a million people on TikTok.
Totally.
But that was the biggest thing.
Well, and it wasn't ironic.
Yeah, it was just like,
So it just wouldn't hit.
no.
Like, oh, he's being
Yeah.
sincere. What a loser.
What a dumbass.
right.
What was he being? Yeah, I don't know.
Who is?
I guess I was thinking Star Wars Kid. Star Wars Kid was being very sincere.
Wait, Star Wars Kid.
Star Wars Kid is a
that
chosen.
one actually makes sense.
That's a chosen right there. That's one of the,
That's
that's
a
an OG
chosen.
chosen.
Yeah.
Ah, I love that
Seen
guy.
that?
I don't know.
That was one of my
It sounds
first
familiar.
introductions to the internet. It was
Dude.
such a joy.
That was viral videos before YouTube. So the only way you could really watch it was like on file sharing like sites.
Yeah.
God, I
Very cool.
remember I watched so much YouTube in college. We watched so much weird stuff. Salad fingers and
I still need to show you Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Yes.
yeah,
I
you
need
do.
to show you that. I don't think we
Yes.
can watch it on camera because that would be like copyrighted, but to
Yeah.
get your reaction to it would
Yeah.
be incredible.
Yeah.
They showed because they made a whole TV pilot.
Oh, really?
it-
For
and
Don't
it-
Hug Me, I'm Scared?
Yeah, and it got canned.
Ah.
And they're not allowed to like air it, but they showed it at this festival at like 200 times speed. and it just like finished.
Funny. I think it's deeply
Crazy.
funny. And other people are like, oh, it's really scary. I'm like, it's really funny.
Yeah.
Like all of it is really
It's
funny
really
to
good.
me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll show it to you. You're going to love it.
Okay.
Ian, what do you think, 19 years, what do you think are some of the best moments and some of the worst moments of Smosh's 19 years of life?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I mean, the best moments were like definitely times when we were able to just like do something we never thought we'd be able to do. So like, you know, like when we did the first big Smosh Summer Games, like camp.
Yeah.
And we did camp, like that was such a unique experience where, you know, Summer Games was originally created because Smosh Games and the other parts of Smosh didn't really like interact very much. So it was like, oh, this will be like a fun way to bring all the channels together, but also like a bonding exercise with everybody.
It's crazy to think back on Summer Games too, where nowadays like this kind of like big stunts are kind of normal on Smosh, like where it's like we got 100 people and put them in this place.
Yeah.
But back then, I don't feel like it was as common. I think it was kind of like a more interesting, nuanced thing back then.
Yeah.
You didn't see it as often, whereas now I don't know if it's.
It was more like vlogs at that time were really big.
Yeah.
Like people weren't really doing like large production stuff.
No. It was so much fun.
But then like, you know, like doing like Smosh the movie was like a really cool milestone, and having the premiere like at this like legitimate like theater where they do like legitimate like movie premieres, like the Fox Theater in Westwood. They like closed down a road, had a red carpet.
That is
we had our wax figures there.
Oh yeah,
Like-
I've seen those pictures.
Yeah.
It was so wild because that was in my first like month or two.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have joined a craze.
There's fetus photos of the whole like squad.
Yeah.
Like they're like super young.
Oh, I think I've seen them
Yeah.
because I remember seeing you with your wax figure. And is it true that you don't know where your wax figure is?
Don't know where it is.
That's so weird to me. We have to find
Terrifying.
it.
And the last time it was seen, he was separate from Anthony.
Why would anyone separate you guys?
I don't know.
That's so up from them to do because they're a bonded pair.
I know.
They're a mated pair.
And they put a VR headset on my head.
So you're trapped. So your part of your soul is trapped somewhere with a VR headset in it.
Like Tron,
Like Tron. Like the
Which
Matrix.
Tron? The old one or
the old one.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, like,
really cool.
obviously, like, yeah, being able to buy Smosh back and like see the way that it's like re-energized everything, and like that like will always be like one of like the coolest moments for sure, because it was a gamble, you know. It was like, we don't know for sure if this will work, but it seemed like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And things weren't like things were just like a little bit off before that. And I was really confident in the content, and I was really confident in the people that were working here, but like something just like was not connecting. And when Anthony came back into the fold and we made the big announcement, like I think that brought a lot of like attention back to the channels. And they were like, oh wait, like this is good.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was just kind of like right place, right time. And I think, yeah, I mean, that'll always be like
I mean, it's huge.
super like highlight.
Yeah, it's huge. It was so cool to be a part of too.
I
What
mean,
else?
those are all some good
Yeah.
references.
Do you have worst ones?
Oh, worst ones, sure. The Defy collapse. I would count
Anthony leaving,
Anthony leaving. That was kind of a nightmare.
and those were 2 years apart, basically. Anthony leaving, and the Defy collapse were about roughly
Like
a
a year
little
and
over
a half
a
or
year
something?
and a half apart.
Yeah.
So that was like a really shitty
It was a rough year.
year and a half.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow, all right.
Yeah, we're trying new things, and for me it was like, okay, I need to like redefine what Smosh is, and like bring the attention to like everybody. And like make it very clear, like this isn't like an Ian and Anthony thing, which it already wasn't before he left.
Right.
But I think people still had that idea that that's what Smosh was.
I guess I should say it wasn't shitty. It just was like every year kind of had this like chaotic moment to it.
Yeah, it was scary at times.
It was scary. It was
And
definitely
sounds it.
precarious.
And it was just hard. It was really hard to make sketch comedy in LA because of the cost. So like in Sacramento, it was easy because like our crew it was cheaper to produce content there. We had like a studio that we could create stuff, and we can go outside and get like permits for like $100. We can get a house for like $200.
Amazing.
And you come to LA and people are like, we want like $3,000 for a day rental at a house, or $2,000.
Impossible.
And like permits would be insane. And so like then we were like relegated to like shooting all our sketches like in the offices or in like on the stage at Defy, which was tiny.
It was crazy.
It was-
Some of those early try not to laughs are in a room
Yeah.
that's I don't even know. It's like a fraction of the size of this room. Like truly a little tiny
Wow.
closet that we were shooting some of those.
Yeah.
But we did it.
Yeah. And I always felt like, you know, we'd eventually wind up, you know, with our own studio. I was always like pushing, like, when are we going to get our own studio? When are we going to get our own studio? And I kept pointing to this area of LA that was not where we were, because that time we were at the Defy offices, which were in Beverly Hills for some
What?
dumbass reason. So we had so everyone had, and nobody lives in Beverly Hills.
No.
So it was a
The
pain in
old
the ass.
rich dude.
The old rich.
And now we film here in Barstow.
Yeah, Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamonga.
And it's great. So I like, it really feels like, yeah. So that was a bad time. What else was shit? I would count this as worst time, but also good time, which was the celebrity prank interviews. I hated doing them.
I was not here during that time, but I've definitely seen those videos.
Yeah.
Whew, I
And it's
did.
like-
I did one, and that's probably one of the biggest rushes of my life.
Because it's cringy.
You actively know that you know that your job is to make someone kind of uncomfortable and weirded out, and they're a celebrity that you are meeting for the first time.
I could never do that.
And when I did it, I didn't know I was going to be doing it. So they literally were like, "Yeah, put on this kaiju outfit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard this.
You're about to go interview him." And I was like, it was such a trip, and I got very lucky, and they were really cool.
Yeah.
But it was still, I was
They
like,
must have been prepped.
no.
Yeah, I mean, they always knew that we were going to be asking them like weird questions.
Did you? So you didn't like it either.
No, because I get really, really nervous.
And you had to do it with The Rock.
And I did it with The Rock. I did it with Jennifer Lawrence. I did it with Tom Hiddleston.
Oh my god.
Did it with Chris Pratt.
Nope.
Awful.
And it was just like nerve wracking. And I hated the lead up to it. And I was so freaking nervous. And like, I would just kind of black out like during the actual like performance. And like whenever I heard like, oh yeah, like Universal reached out, they want to do a video with this celebrity, I was just like, guys, like I don't know. And like even back in like the Mythical era, that kept getting pitched, and I was like,
No.
I struggle to watch those interviews even when they're normal.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Yeah. And I think like also like audience sentiment has like changed where like cringe content isn't really like preferred anymore. Like they want you to like kind of be the avatar for them, like being there with the celebrity. And if you're being like a cringy disaster, that makes the viewer feel bad.
Interesting.
So I feel like we saw a shift in like audience reception to those prank interviews where people are like, this is too uncomfortable for me to watch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I'm happy to see it dead and gone, and I don't want to do another one.
Okay.
you
I'm
won't.
putting it out there right now. I'm not doing another one.
You
now,
won't.
And now we know.
And now we know.
Because
you
we
won't.
had one planned.
It's probably going to happen.
We did have
we were
one
going to
planned.
have you interview
All
Timothy
right.
Chalamet dressed
Let's
as
bring
a rat.
Barack Obama in. Actually, I would do a
That
prank
would be
interview
awesome.
with Barack Obama.
I feel like
He
he'd
would
be
know.
so cool.
He'd be prepped.
Timothy
The Secret
Chalamet.
Service would prep him.
Yeah.
Secret Service.
Timothy Chalamet would be funny.
I don't know if he has Secret Service anymore.
Timothy Chalamet doesn't.
When you're, you have
You have it
service
forever.
for
Yeah,
life.
for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Did you see the picture of Jimmy Carter?
Yes.
Oh man.
Jimmy Carter's like 500 years old.
Have you seen this photo of him?
I think I know who Jimmy Carter is. What's the photo?
You said you think you know who Jimmy Carter is?
Yeah, I know who Jimmy Carter is. But if you asked me to give you a definition of him right now, I would probably be like,
A definition of him.
he was a president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know who he is, but I don't know anything about him.
You don't know
Oh.
like what you wouldn't know what he looks like and stuff.
No.
That's okay.
I know what George
Should I
Washington
show her the
looks
photo?
like.
No, don't let her see him in his golden age
That's
first.
fair.
Show me
He's just so
the photo.
You know when people are like so old.
Oh no!
Like-
I don't want to see one of those photos.
Like, everyone has that at some point in your life. You have that one relative where it's like, oh, and Grandma Judy's here, and you look over and Grandma Judy's just like,
Yeah. He's at that stage.
yeah, it's like
Grandma
like,
Judy, Shayne's here.
It's like it's like Clint Eastwood when you're like, oh my God, Clint Eastwood, who's always looked old, even though he looks great, whatever. And now you see a picture of him. Even Tommy Lee Jones. I
promise
can't
you,
look at him.
I've this is something that I've internalized since I was young. Is when I am that old, and I like because you just don't have many faculties left.
get rid
like,
of you. Don't worry.
No. Don't get rid of me yet. Because I just want to be silly. I just want to, with the last ounces of my strength and mental fortitude, I'm going to use it to be silly. So it'll be like, so when I'm like that, when I look like that, when I look like
He's
that,
dead in this.
you would think he is, but he's still here.
He's still with us.
But when I'm
If
like,
I look like that, end it.
no,
Yes, just push the.
when I'm
chair.
90, if I live to be 100 years old and they're like, oh, here's Grandpa Shayne, like say hi, I'm going to make sure with my last willpower, I'm just going to be like, because that'll be funny.
These pictures are ruining Amanda right now.
I
I'm sorry.
cannot.
But he was president.
Thank you.
He was also,
He was president.
He's 100 years old.
No, I know.
He also he
How long
did
ago was he president?
Forever ago.
In the
several
70s?
several presidents, or at least one president after him has already passed away.
yeah.
Yeah, just one president.
I think he's the oldest. I think he's the oldest living.
He's the oldest living
Those
president.
pictures are horrendous.
Yeah, well.
Because the tough part is like, maybe it's a picnic and you have to show up and you're like, I brought cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you look over and you're like,
You're just throwing cheese puffs into his mouth.
Oh no, Shayne.
this is so awful.
He just goes,
I don't know what happened to us.
That's why
it's
he's like
it's
that.
like a Venus flytrap. You stick it. You stick it in there and then it closes.
It's like watching people at hibachi. You know, people at hibachi where they just open their mouths to get like, things thrown at them?
You flipped a little egg into his
Can we
mouth.
write a sketch where I'm the guy at a hibachi grill who once I sit down, I open my mouth and I'm waiting the entire time for the shrimp?
We're getting told to
they're just
move
like-
on.
And they're like, we haven't even started cooking. I haven't gotten your order yet. I'm just like,
I'm hungry.
Dude, I was in San Diego and they had, this isn't about Jimmy Carter, so I can talk about it. Okay, shut up.
Don't you dare.
And
tell
these
Selena to
and
shut
these
up.
people like rented like a hibachi chef on the beach.
that's insane.
Like they had a table set up and he was throwing eggs in their mouth on the beach.
He hadn't even cooked them yet.
I was like, that's sick.
It's just like, it's all the yolk. They're like, yeah.
Oh, just
Ian, it has been a joy.
this is how we're ending it.
Literally, we're out of time, and half of this is going to be cut.
Smosh is 19 years old.
And we decided to bring Ian on.
Next year's going to be huge. 20 years.
20.
Years.
We got to make sure we make it.
We're going to make it.
You're gonna make it, Amanda.
I'm going to
We got to make sure Smosh doesn't go under again.
Hopefully, if you keep me around,
I'm saying Smosh has to make it to 20.
Smosh will make it.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
this episode will prove that we will make it. All right.
After this episode comes out, we have 0 subscribers.
Yeah.
Do you
They
think-
all fall.
Do you think Jimmy Carter's gonna make it?
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this absolutely unhinged episode. We love you.
Subscribe.
First time I've heard
Like
you
and
say that.
Subscribe to Smosh.
Subscribe to Smosh. Get those subscribers.
We love
even
you
higher.
guys. Thanks for letting us have
Become a member.
this
Yeah.
episode.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Happy 19.